We're recording. You want to do the honors of the clap?
Absolutely. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Lindy.
I'm Ben,
And I'm Alex.
and this is the Culture Podcast.
BL.
We're not used to that anymore. No. Okay.
All right.
All right. So what's different?
What's
happening?
different? Wait.
Change that name.
Change our name.
Yeah.
We have a whole new brand. We have a whole new name.
We got a new cast member.
New colors. Yeah. This is Lenny.
Never seen her before.
Lindy was
With
like.
us on Lindy.
Lindy was kind of trash.
Lindy was horrible, so we changed her out for Lenny.
I'm
so,
the better version.
better version.
Anyways, welcome to season 2, episode 1.
Yes. We're fresh, feeling good.
Yep, new name, new look, new feeling, refreshed.
I'm really happy. Like what? So I'm really happy that we changed.
Guys, Ben's finally happy and he's not depressed like in season 1.
Season 1, I was in a different place, but this is good. I'm in a good place now. This is season
Okay.
2, episode 1, and we are the Culture Podcast. And why do we change our name?
Why? Oh, okay. So I guess BLT wasn't very clear. Wasn't a very clear identity for us and what we wanted to do in like the long run, right? Because BLT was literally just Ben and Lindy talks, and
Yeah,
that was a little
and
bit.
Alex wasn't even in it.
Yeah,
The name.
but Alex was in it, and
yeah,
and it was a little bit vain, you know. And we had nothing to do with everyone. I think for people within our circle, like our group of friends and everything, they knew what BLT stood for. But for people that were outside of that circle, they were like, oh, the burger,
yeah, like food podcast.
bacon lettuce tomato
Okay.
burger.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like people in our outer circle just don't know what we want. People who kind of from the outside look in know what we're about. They're like, okay, they're like a millennial podcast, and then they'll
Yeah.
dive deeper into it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So we have like a stronger identity.
Yeah, so because we wanted to call it something that has a little bit more meaning to our goals for this podcast.
100%.
100%. So, why the cult trip?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so it actually has a like better meaning than before. Like before we were just hungry, so we just called it BLT. So like this cold drip every day, you know, we're trying to contribute to our lives and contribute to our passion somehow, one way or another, right?
Yep.
So day by day, drip by drip, I forgot my explanation. Okay, day by day, drip by drip, we try and get better ourselves,
Yeah.
and eventually become a cup of coffee. And you know what that cup of coffee is?
You're drinking by a millennial.
Us.
That is a success,
Ah.
my friends. That's the meaning behind it. So yeah, so day by day, you drip by drip, you add to the coffee, and you become successful.
Yep.
So it doesn't
It's-
matter. Like, it's a drip. That's the point. It's not like
it's
a
drip
cup.
by drip. It's progressive.
Yeah, it's progressive.
It's not like you turn on the tap and the water runs straight away. Like we don't want to find success that way, right? I mean, if you find success that way, good on you, but
Like realistically, I think most people, you just take it day by day. You don't want to like,
one step at a time.
yeah, one step at a time. You know,
Yeah.
to stay away to heaven is just
And to
one
have-
step at a time.
And to, okay.
I don't know.
And to have that final cup of joe just in your hands, the baby that you've waited to drink.
It could take 10 years, could take 20 years, but the point is
This is
that
a
we're
long ass
trying to get there.
explanation. Anyways, I think you guys get the idea. If you don't, DM us. We have long story to tell.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get into it. First off, I want to thank Justin for doing our soundtrack again. We can't forget our day one.
100%.
If you want to check out any of his music, you can find him on SoundCloud and YouTube at Zenix. And you can also find him on Instagram at Justin A with 4 Y's. So that's JUSTINAYYYY.
Mhm.
Check it out.
Yeah, not 5 Ys, 4 Ys, all right?
Did I say 5?
No.
Oh, okay.
said
It's
4.
4.
And Zenix is Zenics.
Zenics. That's just an 8 with 4 Y's. We got that
yeah, it's a
back.
little bit of a jingle. It makes it easier for you.
So today's topic, we wanted to get back, rewind a little. Something we sort of did in season 1, but today we want to dive a little bit deeper and talk about what is our backup plan.
Yes.
Just in general, what is our backup plan?
It's been on our mind, Lenny. At least it's been on my mind.
Mhm.
A
It's all
backup
about
plan.
Ben.
Yeah. everything's about me. Like, what's the point? If it's not. But like at least.
Okay.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's just the Ben podcast.
It's just the B podcast.
It's the B podcast.
Why did I even bother doing the branding for this?
All right. So what's been on my mind, at least lately, is that after like the pandemic and everything, I feel like, because I've already explained this before, all my jobs just fell off the planet of the earth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And me starting off in my freelance career, that's not a good thing. If I had to rely on one thing, then I don't think I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
I think something that makes me feel puts me more at ease is having like multiple streams of income. So then if one drops, I have another like couple to back me up.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like that's something that I personally need to like improve on.
Yeah.
As a creative.
Because obviously it will relieve any like financial stress for you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And that's the main the main goal that you're trying to go for when you're thinking of a second income.
Yeah, yeah.
I think during this time, for a person who has like always known freelance, it's so I personally I feel like it's a little bit easier for us. Like we're not changing anything really, right? Because we work from home.
Yeah.
We only go out to meet clients when we have to, or do our shootings, or go out onto the field to do our projects.
Yeah, yeah.
But for someone who comes from a different environment, like an agency or coming from an office job, to have to start working from home or finding that second income is a really, really big change, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're already occupied with like your main source of income.
Yeah. And I think, and that's the reason why like we talk about having something to fall back onto. But honestly, like if I was in that situation where I was working in an agency, I wouldn't even think of a second income, because everything's already done for you. All your taxes, your superannuation, sick leave, annual leave, and everything. It's like, it's all done for you. Secure until pandemic.
Yeah, until that happens, you're like, oh shit. All right, government, please, can you help me?
Yeah, so
government.
Yeah, so you don't really have to think about those things. But as a freelancer, oh gosh, like we always think about those things. We're always like, oh, we don't know when our next client is, unless we are experienced enough to know that, okay, for this month we have this many clients and this is our income.
Yeah.
Like that's so important to us. But whereas for someone who's just starting out with freelance, they're literally like, it's day by day, like, where am I going to get my next client from? Where's that second income going to come from? If this week, what am I eating? Like someone was trying to explain freelance to me and they were like, literally sometimes it's like, am I going to be able to eat this week?
It's all about consistency, right? Like we're trying to, I guess as freelancers, we're trying to figure out like a consistency in our lives because everything is inconsistent.
And it's really not free as much as it says freelance.
What's the word then? Like jail lance or something?
I don't even know, man. It's
restricted
city lance.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No.
Oh, wow. I think for me, I was telling Ben this before, but I haven't really thought of like passive income as a high priority for me.
I'm kind of lazy like that though, so I'm like, I want passive income because I'm lazy. I don't want to. If I had it like any other way, I'd probably just have everything passive income, but and just film on the side for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, how this world works is that we have to make a source of income.
Yep.
And why not do it from your passion?
Yeah, that's what I believe in as well. So I was telling Ben, I enjoy like making stationery or making artworks and things like that. And when he talked about like passive income, I was literally like, okay, like, if I'm able to sell any of those works that I made out of passion, that income or that extra money that I get from it is literally just a bonus for me. So I'm not actively looking for that second income in a way. Yeah.
Well, it is fulfilling to have someone buy your art though.
Yeah.
Like how fulfilling is that? But I guess it is in a way like a bonus if, let's say, if you're working like a part-time job and then you get that like art commission job from there. That's sick.
Yeah.
But like I like to see it as like another actual income.
Yeah.
Having like not just more, how do I explain it properly? So like heaps of income. So like let's say one could be like selling your art online. One could be like from investments. One could be from like property, and another one could be from like your main source of income, which is freelance.
Yeah.
Obviously they're not going to weigh up evenly, but
Mm-hmm.
if you add like all of them up, it'll kind of like
Yeah.
be even in a way.
And obviously it's like extra work, but I think that extra work pays off, right? Because
Yeah.
you get income. Like obviously you have to manage like maybe 6 other different channels depending on how many channels of income that you have. But and at the end of the day, it's a safety net. It's a safety thing that you fall back into. You'll be like, okay, even if I don't have my day one job income, I still have my investments or my rent.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's so scary though, because like,
But it's like, oh my God, all my fears
I'm
coming
just thinking
out
about
at
life
once.
now. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Just I think it's kind of like how we've kind of been brought up, where we just want that security. Because there's some people in this life that kind of like go balls deep. They don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's go all into this one thing and then see how it goes and live off ramen for like a month. I can't do that.
Oh no.
Like so I do need some sort of like security on the back to like get me going.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, I have this much money here. I can be chill for this month and focus on something else.
Ben's pretty good with his money. Like after he
I'm
read
just a
that,
cheap ass,
after
dude.
True.
I'm stingy as fuck.
you didn't have to tell us that, but like you know, like that book you were saying, how like after
Which
you read
one?
it,
The Barefoot Investor.
The Barefoot Investor.
Like I think that's like, side note, that's the best book you can read. Like as an Australian, young Australian trying to like learn your how to manage your money just a tiny bit better. That's the best book you can read.
I suck at managing money, honestly. But I'm pretty lucky that I sort of have something to fall back onto, regardless of whether I'm like jobless or not, you know, which is sort of like my security. But when I think deeper and I'm like, oh, what if I didn't have all this, you know, like what if one day this just runs out? That's when it freaks me out. And that's why I get what you're feeling, like when you're just like, oh my God, I'm actually scared. And that made me really think about like, where can I find my second income from? And I've thought about it and I'm like, you know, let's just do like, there's so many channels out there where you can sell your work or sell your passion.
Okay.
And I found that I haven't personally used these, but I've been looking into Etsy.
Yeah.
I posted on ACN, Asian Creative Network, one time, just on a whim, about my earrings, my acrylic earrings that I made back in graduation. And surprisingly, a lot of people were really, really interested. And you know, you never know when a passion project can just become like something that you do on a daily.
Exactly.
Right? Like it just happens. Like you could make stickers for the fun and people will literally be interested and be like, I will pay for that shit.
I think for those things you gotta be ready. You're gonna like know, because when it comes you're like, oh shit, like, and then you can't react to it. But like if you're ready for it, you can just instantly set up that shop and bam, you make some money.
Yeah, I wasn't ready because I was like, I'm just gonna post this picture because I just wanted to share my work on what I did for graduation. And literally everyone was like, where can I buy this? When are you gonna sell this?
But even before that, people were wanting to buy.
Yeah,
earrings.
I just didn't.
And I was like, why don't you just sell it? Like, start mass producing it. Like,
I'm a person that misses opportunities.
You're like, no, I'm too attached.
I don't grab. Okay. I was really attached to them, and I wasn't ready to mass produce them because income.
Well, I don't think it's your fault. It's just like,
it's not my fault.
Due to like, it's
like partly her fault.
Partly it's like due to inexperience of like knowing what to do. Because if you know how to set up a shop, that's already so much of the process.
But like you say that, but nowadays you don't even need a site or a store. You can just sell through Instagram.
Yeah, I think I just wasn't invested into selling them. Obviously, like if I was really invested in it, I'd be like, okay, let's do this. Let's mass produce these earrings. Let's make a website. Let's do everything like right now. But I guess at that time I wasn't really invested in it. I didn't think about it. I wasn't like, I don't need this second income, you know, sort of thing. So
now you're kind of like, oh, maybe I do.
Yeah, I might get into that.
All right, okay. Yeah. Let's go into like what we're doing right now then.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going. This is my segue. My really harsh
segue. Relax.
All right, so I was like, don't forget about Alex.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. So let's like go into how we're actually like trying to get, or what our situation is right now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Alex's pathway is probably the most
straightforward.
The most straightforward way. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got a part-time job. It's literally retail. So I'm the scum of the earth.
No.
The lowest of the chain.
No way.
I think so many creators are like that though.
Yeah. I think it's just you don't need any experience.
Mm-mm-mm.
You don't need like a full resume. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
And you
And it-
still get good money.
Yeah, and it pays well.
Yeah, good security. Like that's
yeah.
what we like look for, really.
So yeah, that's pretty. To tie it into the title episode, that's pretty much my backup plan. Like, so my thing is with retail, if you're good enough at your job, your roster will be able to fit your lifestyle. So
Okay.
I've worked myself to the point where they think they need me.
Oh, they're
So-
dependent on you, eh?
So I get to dictate my own roster.
That's awesome.
So I said, I want to take less shifts, like 3 shifts a week. And they're like, yeah, sure, we can give that to you.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to focus on like something else before you can move back to the
Yeah,
mainstream,
exactly.
right? Because I guess you're studying right now,
Mhm.
and then you're like, oh shit, I need money. So then
Yeah.
you go off the path a little bit. You're like, okay, I need to get money, work at this place, and then go back onto the mainstream.
So it's like
And
a
now
detour.
you're on the way to like your passion,
Yeah, exactly.
which is perfect.
Ah.
Yeah, and to tie it back in, it's like that would be my backup plan. If all else fails, if I
Yeah.
don't see myself doing creative stuff in the next 10
Yeah.
years, I know my position here is secured because
Yeah.
I've kind of been offered something higher. But at like a full-time hours, I'm like, nah,
Very
that's not for
nice.
me.
I like it. Yeah. So I guess a lot of creatives kind of are in that situation where, where like you need a part-time job or retail to kind of sustain your income.
Mhm.
It's like it's a classic thing where a filmmaker, at least in my world,
Yeah.
you work at a cafe. Like, oh yeah, I'm working at a cafe now, trying to sustain my life. Trying to get my next big break in my next film or something.
Saving up for that next piece of equipment.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. So I think because especially filmmaking, it's such an expensive hobby. You need so much stuff all the time. You can be smarter with it, but whatever. Like
Everyone's a gear snob.
everyone's a gear snob when you're a filmmaker, I reckon.
And I reckon, don't think that, like, even if just because you're in retail or nothing, or you're working in a job that's not like creative, I don't think you should think of it as a step down or like a step
No,
backwards.
no.
Definitely not, because
It's a step sideways.
Yeah, it's just a step sideways. You're just taking a little detour, and there's nothing wrong with making sure you have that security feeling, you know, like making enough money so that just in case you want to quit that job, you at least have money on the side to pursue your passion.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this now, but even with retail, you meet a lot of people.
Networking.
Networking in cafes, you meet people.
It's about perspective, right?
Yeah, it's about perspective. Like if you're just going to your job to just do your job or just be at a job or have a job, then, you know, obviously you see things a little bit more
One-sided. One way.
a little bit narrowed.
Yeah, story
Yeah.
time.
So story time. Okay.
So
I'm
actually,
ready.
so Justin,
Yeah.
I worked with him at Chat Time. I worked with him at the place I used to work at. So that's how I know him. And
So he used to be from Brisbane.
yeah, he used to be from Brisbane, and he moved. So I met Justin through my my job,
Right, yeah.
and then I also met Kerry through there as well.
Ooh.
So a lot of networks come through like the most unexpected places.
Yeah.
I think so. I think just creating good relationships with people, you can find like a little nugget in there. You're like,
Genuine relationships.
genuine relationships. Yeah, if you can find people that you like, just hold on to them.
Just hold on to their legs.
Grab
and be like,
onto them.
Don't let
and be
me
like,
go.
Please don't go. Please.
Yeah, but obviously it's so much easier when you click with that person. Like, and you guys both click, you guys have like same passion, and you're like, all right, let's do this together, or let's just keep each other in support, just at times where we need each other, right? It's not a sort of thing where you're constantly seeking something from the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But definitely relationships in retail, hospitality are always opportunities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huge opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your situation now then, Lindy?
Oh, me? Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is Alex done?
Yep.
Yeah.
My situation is that I'm freelancing, but I haven't been actively looking for clients because I sort of fell into this, if I'm being honest, I've sort of fell into this mindset where I'm just like kind of lazy at the moment. And
lack of inspiration from
not
them
even,
or
I have
motivation?
inspiration, I do. It's just more like I've taken more of that illustrative path as of recent rather than graphics design.
Okay, so you're sussing out a different passion.
Yeah, a different passion. It's like I've always liked like doing illustration and murals and stuff. So So I've been trying to practice that. But as terms of freelancing as my job, like as a graphics designer or a branding designer, I haven't really actively been finding clients. I'm sort of just like, okay, if there's
you're in limbo right now.
Yeah, if there's someone who wants me, if there's someone who wants me to do something for them, like, yeah, I'll be down. Like, just let me know the deets, you know. But I'm not actively like, who needs to rebrand?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But I think I'm slowly gearing myself to set up my website again.
Awesome.
I feel like when you have like nothing there, like you feel like it's not real. So I don't have a website yet. I've just hated doing websites and portfolios and stuff. So it's literally how I get my clients is just through word of mouth, through family and friends.
That's very mine's all word of mouth.
Yeah. But if I want to target like a bigger market and, you know, look more professional, then obviously I'd like set up a website or have a business card. And I feel like if I don't have those avenues there, I won't feel like it's real. I just feel like I'm just doing this as a side thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's my situation.
Okay.
As for finding an agency, I don't know if you guys remember, but I did talk about it in one of the episodes in season 1. I still do want to go down that track, but whereas like if I'm going to do it now or later in the years, it's probably more later in the years.
Okay. So you don't feel a sense of there's no like big rush because you feel pretty secure at the moment.
Yeah, there's no big rush because there hasn't been a job opening where I'm like, oh my God, I really want that job sort of thing. It's literally just like, if I get it, I get it, you know? Or like,
I wish I could live like that.
It's cool if I get it.
Yeah.
It's cool, you know? Getting rejected is not failure.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, and
I haven't. Step towards success.
Yeah, it's also I've mainly moved on from that fear of applying for agency jobs as well. Like, because you know how I've said like sometimes when you look at job requirements, it's literally like they require like a titan or something to like do everything.
Yeah,
and I get a little bit scared of it. But now it's literally just like, okay, if I find like a company that's offering a position that I, you know, I'm confident enough to do, then I'll apply for it. But I'm not really looking, not in a rush to find an agency. And I think instead of using that time to go down that path, I might try and pursue a passive income. Woo!
Cool. So we'll expect to see a Etsy shop soon.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking into like Shopify, Etsy, and websites as well that have like plugins for stores,
like Squarespace. Wix.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So those sort of things, but it'll be a while. I just need to get a kick.
That's awesome.
All right, what about you, Ben?
Well, my situation, I'm getting a decent like steady stream of income right now through my freelance. Especially when everything's back in order now. I think I'm at a point where it's close to being normal again, but obviously there's another wave or some shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's not looking that great.
Yeah.
But over the last couple of months, I've been trying to prepare myself to be more online than as actual physical.
Pretty much just ready for an opportunity.
Just ready for opportunity. So I've been trying to look up other streams. So
tell us.
What have I been looking into? So
filters.
Yeah. So like every other fucking filmmaker, every other creative, I have a preset on sale.
That plug.
I just made my website, put the preset there, and hey, I have a couple sales on it, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, but it's literally like a handful of times I've only sold things, and so I've set that up. That's all right, that's cool. And then I've been looking into blogs.
I remember this.
Yeah, like Lindy and Alex, like, oh fuck, he's talking about blogs again.
Literally, our faces.
What is this, 2010?
But yeah, I'm actually looking into blogs, and
Blogspot.com.
Like, what I realized, like your niche, you can literally make a blog about anything, and people will read it. You know, it's really interesting. I've been finding so many niche blogs, and I've been diving real deep into it, and it's really cool. So I guess my situation is just freelance. Trying to sell like presets and stuff, and trying to look into blogs and like investments and stuff, but that's something else. So that's my situation. It's a little bit messy right now, but I'm trying to get closer on that road to success, drip by drip.
Here we go again.
Nice.
So I guess like it'll take a while to figure out what you want, like what kind of system you want to work with,
Yeah,
right?
I
Like
think,
whether
at the moment it's more of an experimental stage because we've had so much time over the last couple of months that might as well use it.
Yep.
It's half Animal Crossing, half this.
Don't even talk about AC right now.
But
But yeah, so once like you have like a system set up, you get like, you know, income from here or income from there, or you're just happy with your one income, that's fine. Like you pretty much have like a backup plan.
Yeah, that's the backup. It's more of like a side plan. It's not like a backup plan. It's
something
more like
to fall back onto.
Yeah, I guess it's a fallback. Yeah. I'm just trying to be fucking extra. But yeah, I guess
trying to be wise.
I'm just trying to put it in the perspective of if my freelance drops again, I'm not gonna worry. I'm literally gonna be like, yeah, I'm chill. I'm good, bro. I will have I wouldn't even bat an eye, you know. So that's the dream.
Yeah.
But right now it's not happening. Slowly we're getting there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now that I think of it, like a lot of freelancers who suddenly had like their jobs drop and stuff, they would have been like in a freak situation, right?
Like, yeah, for me, to be real, as soon as all my freelance dropped, I went straight to the government and I was like, please help.
And the government was like, here's 1.5K of
government's like, here's your money. I'm paying you. You're my bitch now. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Please, like... daddy. So yeah, that was my situation. So I don't want to go back in that situation again.
You don't want to have to rely on the government.
I don't want to rely on the government because like
it's a fucking handout.
It's a handout, man. Like as much as my pride, like I don't want that to dwindle anymore.
Yeah.
For the takeaways of this episode, we just really wanted to stress that maybe relying on one income isn't sustainable.
It's never a good idea.
Never a good idea? Okay, we got a never a good idea here. What about you, Ben?
I agree. I think it's never a good idea to rely on one. Have some sort of fallback, have some sort of backup plan.
Yeah. I think at first, like before this thought came into head, I was literally like, I'm fine with one income. Like it's fine. I can live off it. I haven't been stressed.
Then you came in thinking like, I'm good, bro.
I'm good. And now it's literally like, okay, so if something happens in the future and I don't have like, you know, my permanent job, literally it would be nice to have something to fall back onto. And also having that passion on the side. Like if you're doing something to do with passion, but you're also getting income, that's a bonus, right?
Yeah.
So less stress on yourself.
Yeah, because
save yourself from that stress in the future.
A lot of creatives can't be stressed and being creative at the same time. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
so many emotions at
like,
once.
You're like, okay, this is my income for the month. I need like, because some people can do that, but you're like, this is my income for the month. I have to be good. I have to make it great.
Yeah.
And then that's where the downfall can be.
Yeah, I agree. So if you're listening, if you've just started out as on a freelance journey, or even if you've like have a different occupation, have a think about like other revenues of income. Like see if they're pursuable and sustainable in the long run.
The most straightforward way is to just pick up a part-time job.
Yeah,
like retail, hospitality.
I mean, if you have a full-time job, right? You got to also think of like, I don't know, full-time job and a part-time job. That's like hard to balance, right?
Oh no, yeah, that's not realistic.
That's unsustainable. Yeah. As long as you're willing to sacrifice your social life or your sleep, then it's okay for like for a set period of time, not forever.
I think while we're young, we can, but
because some people do that. Like you hear stories about how people like live on 4 hours of sleep. They do 2 things at once, and they're fucking amazing at it.
Exactly.
But is that mentally sustainable?
If you can do it, you can do it.
People have different capacities, but that's something else.
That's something else. We're not going to dive deep into that.
So just don't feel like you have to stick to one, because most likely everyone else has something on the side.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
and as a creative, I
think it's kind of cool to have different streams.
Yeah.
You're like, I got this, I got that.
I got this.
Good.
Because if you lose inspiration with one thing, at least you have another thing to bounce off of, right? Right? That's another thing I wanted to point out. Like if I have my branding business and then I'm not feeling that sort of thing, that's it, you know, and maybe I just haven't found clients for it. That's a loss of income, but I found passion in doing illustration, so I can still find income off that. So
exactly.
So that's a good thing to note in mind if you're just starting off or haven't thought about that second income or passive income. Passive income?
Yeah, so the joy of being creative is that you can be creative with your lifestyle, right? So just get thinking, man. Like we don't have all the answers. We don't especially have all the answers at all.
That's why we're here every week talking about what is the answer.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
is the answer?
So yeah, I mean, you guys are creatives. Like, just think about it, man.
We should have named our podcast that. What is the answer?
That's too philosophical. No, dude, we went through so much shit trying to rebrand. No thanks.
Let's
you
not
of
go
all
down.
people would know. Like,
The world is your oyster. Go fishing. You never know what you can find out there. And yeah, just get thinking. Right, that's the end of episode 1. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like where?
Like you can give us a like on YouTube. We're going to be on Anchor. We're also on Spotify and Google Podcasts.
Yep.
And Apple.
And Apple, and Apple as well. And
what's the handle?
It's at the Cold Drip. So that's TheColdDrip. The Cold Drip, at the Cold Drip. And consider following us on Instagram and to see what we do on the daily. And
check out our new branding there as well.
And please consider subscribing to our monthly newsletter.
We'll tell you more about that in an extra video.
That video will be released already.
Oh.
So the video that's already up somewhere.
It's already up. It's on Instagram. Yeah, so this month's newsletter talks about other ways you can make passive income and just what other people in this world, like in our creative industry, are doing.
Not just us.
It's
not about us. It's about everyone else.
So I'm Ben.
I'm Lindy.
And I'm Alex.
And this is the Cold Drip
Podcast.
That felt a lot. I know, that felt good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
That was good.
That's so
smooth.
positive.
It's a good
Ben's
first
so positive this season. Let's hope the
feeling
positivity
good.
spreads.
Let's hope this like train keeps going.